I can get this thing loaded up here. Which side have you used my stool on?
What?
So which side have you used my stool on? Where's it at?
They're there.
So you moved my stool and then didn't put it back. I said, we're gonna film over there after you done moved the stool. And then you're like, you know what? I'll just leave that shit over there. Let's try to get over there somewhere. Like toward the corner. There you go. There you go. There you go.
I'm gonna hit the knee on this shit.
That's good. Have a seat. Let me make sure this shit's focused. It's not. So there you go. All right. I don't even know how to work this damn thing. Turn that shit off. Yeah. Hey, welcome to the first episode. I don't even know how to work this shit. Thank you. Thank you for that.
What's the topic of the day?
We took a trip to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks worth of thrashing to get there. Went down there with the cars completely untested.
Car didn't run the day before.
It did not run the table. There was shit on this very table. The transmission was on this very table.
Shit ain't right.
Load that motherfucker up, pull it 8 hours with a damn Suburban 1500 in an enclosed trailer.
The first startup was pulling into the trailer.
It was. I was like, I hope this shit cranks. Get down there on Thursday night. Poor Basney. Every time I put a wild ass tune up in there, I'm like, hey, it might wheelie. Good luck. And sure enough, come right out of a hole. Come right out of a hole on the back tires. Got a good ass picture out of it though. That thing looks sweet. It looked mint in the picture. Friday, tried to tune it up. Got up against Rated R and somehow broke a fucking brake line.
Break through whatever.
I don't know how that shit happened. I expected that to be an easy win. But either way, it wasn't a whole lot of money. So whatever.
Lock that shit in at the gate.
At the
gate.
gate.
They got mad at us because we locked in races at the fucking testing side of stadium line, son. Twice. At the gate.
Hey, that second one wasn't supposed to be like that though. We had that race locked in before the day. And then we pulled up there at 1 o'clock on Saturday. And for some reason, I thought we was going to be able to get a test hit in. Roll up to the fucking staging lanes at 1 o'clock at 5:30. We're supposed to have our race at 5, but this dude at 5:30. I'm like, hey, dude, you want to fucking race or not? I mean, hell, it's after race time already. And that fucking prick.
God. What did he say to you when you walked up?
I said, hey, man, listen, it's 5:30. We were supposed to race at 5. You want to go ahead and do this thing or what? He's like, oh, I fucking guess. I'm like, gee, I just come up here to talk to you, man. I just come up here and then I'm like, hey, how much money you want to put on this thing? I don't know what you guys discussed or whatever. Fucking $3,000 or better. And I'm like, hey, hold on a second. Let me get on the phone. Let me make sure everything's good. And then Terrell's ass tells me to verify he's got a fucking small block. I'm like, this motherfucker.
What you got? I know it's grudge racing and shit. What you got in there? What you got?
I was like, hey, this dude already wants to fight, and all I ask him is if we can go ahead and get our race off. Like, so I'm like, look, I done looked after the car. I done made sure we're up here. I'm gonna make sure the son of a bitch goes down the track. You get up here and talk to him about this fucking race.
This whole time I'm at the fucking camper drinking beer. I get to the staging lanes and I get there and I'm like, damn, we're supposed to race him. We're lined up beside him and everybody's like, we got to race him here in a minute. I'm like, ooh, shit.
So Terrell comes up there and they're talking about the money. And Terrell's got all his buddies with him that's gonna bet whatever they want to bet. And old dude's talking about $3,000 fucking better. We'll do 10, we'll do 15, we'll do 20, whatever. And then when Terrell finally gets there, Terrell's like, whatever amount of money you want to bet, we got it. Old dude's like, 7,500. That's the best we can do. 7,500. 75.
That was what he brought to Orlando, and we took all that shit. Oh, man. I made a lot of money off you fuckers on starting.
Poor Basney drives around him. We give the guy the back tire. Just give it to him. Probably one of the faster cars out there. Give him the back tire. Basney drives around him, gets to the end, and poor little Basney, you know, he ain't never got a harsh word to say about nobody. He just drives the damn car. Gets out and asking, hey, man, was there space between us? And then this dude cops an attitude with him. He's like, fuck no, I was right there with you. Well, the video shows different.
Let me tell you something. Right there is like this, you know, they get you by a fender, but right here is not right there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Space is space.
Yeah, we had a pretty good time this weekend, though.
Shit got rowdy.
Yeah, Raul Jeffrey back there. I didn't like that. I didn't like the name El Jefe when Terrell first brought it up. I said, "What are we gonna name the car, Terrell?" He said, "El Jefe." And then the more we went on, I've kind of grown to like it. But
well, according to Willie Dog, it's El Jefe.
It is El Jefe.
It's El Jefe. He ain't got a Mexican bone in his body, but damn it, boy,
Real
it's El
Jeffrey.
Jefe.
We made that lick on Friday night, boy, and Willie Dog was having that. Apparently, like 5 or 6 sets of cars before that had struck the tires and wasn't making it down the track. And when I walked up there, me and Richard Disher was standing at the line. When I walked up there and I raked my foot across the track, it was still kind of dewy. It was still a little slick. And we've talked about it before, how the weather can change really quick on any of the tracks that are really close to the coast. Like it'll be cold and wet 1 second, and then an hour later, it gets warm and dry. Well, that happened as we were rolling in the water box. Because I raked my foot across the track and it feels slick. And I'm like, shit, we're probably not going to make this pass. And then as he does the burnout and backs up, I can feel the track tightening up. It was like, you know, I was like, oh, there it is.
Hate it for the nitrous belts with that air. That shit changes every 15 minutes.
It does.
You might have a piston. Next round, you might not have a piston.
Completely disappearing act. Poof.
Willie Dog said, if your shit can't get down the track, fire your tuner.
Yeah.
You can catch him. He had a live video up. Caught a clip of it.
Yeah, we made that hit. And I'm thinking, after I watched the video, I was like, Willie Dog, that wasn't me. I didn't do nothing special. That was the fucking air temperature and the track changing. That had nothing to do with me. But we just got lucky. He put all the pressure on the other boys. I didn't do nothing special.
Somebody probably did fire their fucking tuner that day. I'm just saying. There's a lot of shit that's blowing up, lighting tires up.
I will give a big shout out to Orlando Speed World, though. You guys done a great job keeping the track. Of course, like always, you had to wait 4 hours in staging lanes and make a hit. But every time we went up there, the track was spot on. If something happened, it was my fault, or we had a broke part. It was not the track's fault. But we went down there with a completely untested car. And I thought it was going to rotate the earth, but basically just got back to where we were. I was like, this motherfucker going to half a second faster this weekend. Nope.
Not today.
We had a great time. Got to meet Stevie Wheeler and J.R. Gray and all them boys. You got to hang out with them more than I did. I didn't really
Stevie, boy, that joker there be acting up. Man. And then it got dark and all the racing was over. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm drunk running around in the staging lanes. And we started busting off some foot races.
I'm going to tell you something about my man over here. My man over here got them feats. I'm telling anybody at any track that we go to, if you want a foot race this joker, we got some money on it.
If anybody want to do something, we starting at 1,000. Lock it in. 1,000 or better.
Terrell about screwed my game up with that shit. I'm over there like, hey man, I want to bet 100 on my boy foot racing. They pull out these motherfuckers from the pro NFL, whatever bullshit. No shirts on or whatever, come out there all swole and fucking long ass legs. And I'm like, whew, this is going to be kind of tough. And so I'm like, I still got 100 on my boy. And Terrell walked up behind me. He's like, I got 1,000. And everybody starts looking real weird. Like, ooh, they got a lot of confidence.
He's going to put 5,000 now. Wouldn't nobody say nothing. These motherfuckers are so damn big. They've been chasing the Miami Dolphins team since they've been in Florida. I don't know what's going on there, but them motherfuckers was big as hell.
And my boy over here stepped right out their fucking life. He just got off the couch smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day, drank about 12 beers that day, and fucking stepped right out their life.
I smoked 7 cigarettes while we was talking about lining the race up.
They look like they was on a treadmill and walked through a fucking wormhole to the fucking staging lanes in
They
Orlando.
had motherfuckers coming out of nowhere with track suits and shit. I done ran 6 races, running over all of them. I don't even know what's going on. I'm too drunk. Shit was wild, boy.
It was a pretty good trip overall, though. I'm ready for next year. I'm ready for March. Listen, I can do a lot of things. That is one thing I cannot do. Cameron gonna have to open my beer in a second.
Oh, Jason X was cutting up down there. Let me tell you something. That motherfucker was strolling.
God, that thing is fast.
And I don't know what the fuck Bipolar had strapped to the front of his truck. It looked like a big black dick.
I can't measure it. I can't measure it. It's like this long.
Yeah, I mean, it had some electrical tape wrapped around it or some shit. I don't know what it was, but it was on there. Trigger Man was up there talking. I don't know if they got one in or not. I missed that.
I think Ghostbusters was racing what's his name with the red Camaro and it took flight. If y'all haven't seen that, you need to go find some of the No Guts No Glories videos.
Tainted Blood was it?
Yep. Go look at some of the stuff from No Guts No Glory, and there's a red Camaro 67, 68. No, it's a split bumper car. So it's a 70s model Camaro, and
no, that's a 69.
Is it?
69, 68.
Anyway, it's a red Camaro, real low to the ground, and they line up with Ghostbusters. I guess Jamie's driving. Tim Huddleston was with them. But at about 200 foot, the car starts to wheelie, and man, it took flight. I bet you can go on
400 feet, all 4 tires is off the ground.
Go on YouTube and find Lookout Racing, and I bet there's a video of it on there somewhere. But he was in the air forever, dragging the parachute. I'm surprised. The next day, they had that car back together. They had the front end duct taped together, had it beside the trailer, looked like it was ready to race again. But
that shit
man,
was wild.
It was scary. That's for sure.
Shout out to Lookout Racing for getting that good drone footage of that gap.
Yes. Yep. He does a cool job with that stuff. That's probably one of the coolest videos of us I've ever seen.
Man, the coolest thing about the wagon is when you're in the staging lanes and everybody's betting on the other car because they don't know what's going on.
Full. This has to be the fastest bench seats in the world. But yeah, you get to ride to the fucking staging lane. We was cruising around the pits the night before. I was sitting on the tailgate drinking beer. The driver was with me sitting on the tailgate. Cameron was driving us around.
The golf cart was dead. So we took the car and we were driving the fuck around.
That was a good time.
That was asleep at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That was a good time. Yeah, we always do good at No Guts, No Glory, though.
Every time that burnout happens, you see the hands go from this lane over here to the wagon.
Yeah, if you watch the drone footage, it's like that.
Every time.
Everybody's siding with us, and what they don't know is we probably don't know what's going to happen.
It's a test pass every time we go.
I usually try to back up and put something safe in there, but
that ain't bad for a small block 1 kit.
That's right. That's right. Yep. Stock hood.
Stock frame rails, front to back.
No, it's the whole. Let me tell you something about this car. You can see it right back there. It does have a bumper on it, and it's got a nice set of front wheels on it. But the whole chassis, the radiator support, the frame rails, the interior, the seats, the door panels, the fucking headliner, the dash, everything in that car is exactly like it come from GM in 1980.
Up until a month ago, the stock dash with the clock in it, the clock was having the right time on it at all times. The clock worked. The fucking stock 1981 Malibu wagon fucking clock was working.
All I can say is Holly EFI. Holly EFI makes that shit work.
Well, let me tell you something. If you twist that motherfucker fast enough, it'll set the position.
Oh yeah.
One of the frame rails is what, 2 inches above the other one where it's twisted in the rear, and then the other side, the front. But this side right here is all fucked up. Let me tell you something. This side, the driver's side frame rail in the front, boy, that motherfucker's about 1.5 inches higher than the other side.
I'm really surprised it ain't busted the windshield in it yet. I busted the windshield in it with the hood, but I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised that. that the twisting of the chassis ain't busted the windshield in it.
That's all glass through there. There ain't none of that optic armor, none of that bullshit.
That
That's
motherfucker
glass.
weighed 3,600 pounds, ready to go.
They still got that's the same glass that came in 81. Ain't none of that extra bullshit.
The torque boxes are still factory. The upper control arm still got rubber bushings in it. A lot of people don't believe that shit. Like, you can lay down underneath it and look.
It's in there. We probably need to replace them rubber bushings soon.
Maybe.
Fucked up.
Maybe. God, what else happened this weekend? We had a lot of crazy cool shit happen this weekend.
Well, I've had 19 people back down from the fucking wagon, you know. That's all steel, all original, everything.
Yeah, we had 3 races locked in before we got down there, and everybody was all over our ass on Thursday night when the car wouldn't make it down the track. And as soon as it did make it down the track on Friday, everybody's like, whoop, whoop. I told Darrell, I said, don't lock any races in till Saturday or Sunday because I cannot get a hold on this thing in making 1 pass a day. So we're going to have to hit it on Thursday and then twice on Friday, and that's what we did. But
and we don't pick on ducks at all. We pick on somewhat of the close caliber cars, and everybody there is shooting for a duck to get some easy money. Nobody wants to race anymore. That's what I hate about the Grizz world.
It's still the only really true racing left, though. Like, I don't want to go. Somebody posted up something yesterday, and I was looking at it, and it was they expected like 40 or 50 cars to be there, and the payout was like $2,500. And I was like, man, we'll have to go down there and run 10 rounds, put all that wear and tear on the car, pull the car 5 hours to the fucking racetrack, and then go all these rounds to make $2,500. Now, I will say, you risk a bunch grudge racing. Putting all your shit on the line and whatnot, and you don't really know what's going to happen. Parts may fail. You don't know if the track's going to be there, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I would rather go and make 1 hit and risk some money on making some money than I would have to go somewhere and go 10 fucking rounds.
Make what was it, $150 a round or some shit?
Yeah, it was crazy. I done the math on it. It's like $150 a round we'd make. We'll do more wear and tear and oil changes and fucking fuel and whatever else than what would make it the end of the night. It didn't make any sense. But this year Digger Die's coming up.
Yep.
And they're paying out $100,000.
That's why you got that there stock S10 over there. They're getting ready to get ripped apart, and got another car back there. We're gonna come for you, motherfucker.
And we're gonna drag Isaac's 280 out, put some shit in it.
We'll out 100-foot you. We ain't fucking with no 60-foot. We're gonna out 100-foot every one of you, son of bitches. And I'll do it on the back 1 tire. I ain't gonna have both the rear tires on. I'll put 1 fucking tire on the ground and fuck you up. But if you'd like to donate some money so I can make that happen, it'd be nice too.
Man, when we got down there and I saw Jason Black and Neil Marr there, I knew we were going to have a good time. So we went and hung out with them, but Jason hurt his motor on day 1, and I was really looking forward to that car running good. And just wrong pieces of equipment is what caused that.
That's why you shouldn't trust any and every shop.
I don't think it was, me and Jason discussed it, and I don't think it was anybody's fault. The heads were built by one place, and then the valve train was set up by another place. And I think that
it was just missed.
Yeah, I think it was missed. One shop usually uses one certain type of part, and the other shop uses a different certain type of part, and they both have to be treated differently. I just think it wasn't sorted out like it was supposed to be sorted out. But Jason, man, you got a nice ass fucking ride. For real. That thing's gonna fly. And then we hung out with the boys from Jesse James, and
they were pretty cool.
Oh, Red, yeah, that was a good time.
I tore some ass up on that damn staging tree game, son. Some boys up there. I'm sorry about your money, Stevie, but your boy set me up. He waved his hand in front of me. I couldn't see it. Sorry. There's over $2,000 betted on me or some shit. That night, made a couple $100 there too. I ended up making over $1,000-something off of this bullshit, running and playing some games.
You made me a couple hundred. We're good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to not lights out, but No Guts, No Glory next year. And then in March, we got somewhere we're going in Texas, maybe?
Yeah,
is that what we're going to do? Yeah.
Jesse James and them would be there. Who else is going?
I guess old Red will be
Whatever
there.
from Texas.
Yeah, I guess old Red will be there too. We're gonna go out there and try to get some Texas money.
Yeah. So next time I'll be out with my feet. If anybody wants to meet me in Texas and get their shit fucked up, with me with a goddamn Marlboro 72, one of these motherfuckers in my mouth, and drinking some shit like this.
He said,
I'll fuck you up. Should I stay on the fucking bottle for y'all motherfuckers?
You wild, Cam. You wild. I'm just getting a beer. You gonna open this shit for me or what?
Give that shit here. Full goddamn engineer can't fucking pop one open like that. That's
my
it went in the
fingers,
trash can.
my fingers are so scarred up and bruised that it just don't work like it's supposed to anymore. We gotta get a different tow rig. I don't think a Suburban's gonna want to make it all the way out to damn Texas.
It don't really want to do none of it.
Just gotta take it easy and do whatever.
Just coasting along, hoping for the best.
Had a brake line break. I have never seen that happen in my life, but a fitting cracked down the center and the brake line come out of the fitting. And Basney damn strikes the tires and then gets back in it. And I'm like, what is that on the track? And I reach down this brake fluid and I'm watching him going out the backside of the track. And I'm like, oh shit, I hope the damn thing stops. It did. He brought it back around, said nothing felt funny at all, but it scared me a little bit.
It broke the damn compression fitting nut on there. It had a splitter on it with some shit that.
It was on there before we got the car, but.
Yeah. Broke the nut clean in half. 2 of them broke them in half. Shit was everywhere. Other than that, it went fine. Everything was good.
If you ever decide to go to a big grudge race, just know when you get there that there's going to be a lot of trap music, which I enjoy thoroughly. And then they're going to be...
Knock if you buck, if you will.
Yep, you're going to smell a lot of burning plants. A lot of them.
Same varieties, different flavors.
And then there's going to be all types of race fuels, which I love too. And then there's going to be a lot of egos strutting around down there. But it's a really good time.
My biggest problem is people coming and talk shit to us trying to line up a race. And they ain't even with the race team. Like, the people don't even know them.
I've noticed that. Like,
you all run this motherfucker, I got 5,000. I was like, he don't even know about this. I went and talked to him, and he got no part in this. Like, his motor spun around 3 times, and all kinds of bearings is missing. Like, he ain't ready for it.
It's crazy to me how a bunch of people will do that. I don't know. I don't want to call them nut riders, because if you're willing to put up money, then that means something. But yeah, there's only one person that talks for us. And that's the man that owns the car. He'll let us line some races up, but I mean, as far as like actually talking about it and actually getting it going, yeah, then it's just me or you. Nobody else can really get that shit going.
Yeah.
So it's weird to me that people just come out of nowhere to want to set races up with cars they ain't even really a part of.
And I don't do all that yelling and shit either. Cause a scene.
No.
You know what I mean? If you
that is really weird to me too. Now there's a lot of people that do that. A lot of big names do that. They'll stand around and yell and whatever else. But Terrell asked me to look at that car that we run Saturday. He said, come up here and take a look at it. And I just walked around at one time, kind of checked it out, and I was like, yeah, we're good to go. And that was it. They locked the race in and everything. Now the dude that owned the car, drove the car, was wanting to yell and shit. He was the one that got rude with me in the damn staging lanes. But I was just like, what the fuck ever, you know?
I don't care to upset you, get you zone or none of that shit. If I want to race you and I line up beside you, I want to race you at your fucking best, because I don't want none of these excuses that always come afterwards.
Yep.
Like my second kit didn't come on, which his did. It looked like
he did grab. He grabbed another kit.
It looked like he grabbed. I don't know, but he picked up a little bit of mile an hour.
He swore that was a small block 1 kit. We went back and looked at the footage. And I saw it when it was happening. There was a puff of smoke come out of the back of that car, and I thought, man, the car's hurt. So I expected the wagon to just drive by him, and it didn't. His car actually picked up some speed, and I was like, oh shit, he grabbed another kid. And then the wind light come on in our lane. I was like, oh shit, it didn't help a bit.
And my first thought when I was seeing it live, the race, I was watching him go down through there, and I seen him get to 330, and I seen some smoke. I thought it was gonna be the same outcome that we had last year with that old Cutlass. Remember that? That motherfucker was leaking fire. It wasn't just on fire; it was leaking fucking fire. There was pistons coming out the exhaust, like they were just melting.
I'm glad we won that race, but I am really not happy about the fact that we didn't. That it wasn't a real good race. I don't know what happened on the line. It backfired and stumbled or something, but I really wanted that to be a race, and it didn't pan out.
As if he grabbed another kit down the track, and he never grabbed it before, and with race cars, you got to tune for everything.
Yeah.
And he was probably at 19 degrees of timing with another 500 shot, and he did not like it.
Now, come to find out, that was a big block car.
Big blocks, fucked up.
Yeah, but it was rods and shit hanging out of
I
that
can
thing.
promise you that block wasn't usable anymore. Hope they got that thing fixed. Didn't see him out there this time around.
I think they were from Ohio. And that was their only race that weekend. They drove all the way down to Ohio. We got them on like Friday. I think we did. We got them on Friday or Saturday early. And that was their only race. So they drove like 20 hours, unloaded their car, blew it up, lost about $5,000, and then had to make the damn 20-hour trip back home with a fucking hurt car.
I don't know what they bet it personally, but I know the pot got up to like 7,400 a side or some shit.
It was no a side. No, it ended up at 8,400 total. I think $4,200 a side.
Shit.
Then you got to think about all the money and shit to get there.
Well,
I mean, you know how much money we spent just to get to Florida.
I think their crew had like 4 cars there.
Oh, really? So maybe they made some more money maybe they made it back. But damn.
Rest in peace to that one.
Rest in peace.
That combo is check the fuck out.
I saw Aaron Tingle down there, but I didn't get to talk to him. But he was driving some
was it an
like
SM
02 or 03 model Mustang with all the fucking taillights missing and whatever. But that shit was fast. Which is if Dominic Seminio's tuning it, it's fast regardless. But but I really wanted to talk to him, didn't get to. And I really want to preach to everybody how important a fire suppression system is. The last day we were there on Sunday, we're on our way home. And we had already had everything packed up, and we stopped on the edge of the track just to watch. And, God, who was it? They were wanting to race us at some point in time. They had called us out on Facebook.
That's the black Fox Body 4i. I can't remember any names with it.
I can't either. But we were stopped at about the 660 mark, kind of just watching. And the car backfired or blowed the motor or something and caught on fire, and it filled the whole cabin with smoke. And the poor guy had to roll out of the car with the car still going down the track. And that was kind of scary.
Yeah,
Kids are coming down there yelling and whatever. So if you got a car that's kind of fast or you think might backfire or you're leaning on it pretty hard, please put a fire suppression system in there. It's real easy for the driver to reach up and just pull the handle. They're pretty cheap, like $250.
It ain't about how fast you are, it's about safety.
It is about safety.
Fuck money, but if you can get out that motherfucker, that's what it's about.
Yep.
It's cool to go fast, but it's cool to get the fuck out at the end of the track.
Yeah, I've tried to do some extra safety stuff for Mike in the last little bit, which we're going to do some more for next year. But
safety is always a priority.
We had a good time though. There was some other crazy shit happened, but I can't remember it right now. Probably because the camera's turned on.
Them fucking donks is outrageous.
They are. Some guy told me that one of them run 181 miles an hour
That's no
in the
cage,
quarter.
vent seats, and big
God,
wheels.
I can't imagine going 180 mile an hour or something like that. That shit is flying. Now they don't 60 foot worth a fuck. Like,
Let me tell you about at the 660 mark. Them motherfuckers turn the fuck on.
there's some guy right now. I saw pictures of it on Facebook earlier. He took a Pro Mod chassis and has set it up for a 26-inch wheel.
The fuck?
Yep. So we're gonna see some Pro Mods with them 26s on it this year, apparently. Going donk racing. That sounds like some shit I would do. Going donk racing. There's a lot of money in that scene. A lot. I'd like to be a part of it if we could ever get there.
Turbo donk going on in the back there, but it is not for the track.
No, it's just going to be for the street. Oh, yeah, that is a cool car, though. We got a Monte Carlo. What do they call that?
It's an Aero Coupe.
Aero Coupe. Yeah, we're putting a big block in and twins. It'll be a cool car coming out. It'll probably be ready in the summer sometime. It'll be silver with a red interior. It'll be a cool looking car.
I'm going to put a glass roof in it. Yep, that thing's over there just in pieces.
Yeah. You got to get it in pieces before you can put it back together.
Yep. Get all the regular bullshit out of it. Had a damn 400 small block with some damn
Valve cover.
Valve covers on that thing. Yeah.
Oh. But
Orlando's great. If you ain't never been, you need to go for no guts, no glory. If you love grudge racing, it's a place to go.
I love it, man.
Like
That's
fucking wagon.
that's my scene. Nobody gives a fuck. Everybody's just hanging out, having a good time. Nobody. The tuners and the builders take it pretty serious, but everybody else is just there to have a good time, and that's fantastic for me. I'm ready to do it again next year.
By the way, if anybody knows Trigger Man, they need to check on him. He was doing a lot of yelling. Let's see if his voice recovered.
Jamie Halls, if you hear this, we hope you're all right.
Yeah, man, we're just checking on you, making sure you're all right.
He was down there trying to bully some people around.
Yeah.
We got accused of bullying some people around too, but we didn't. We just trying to find a race.
I've offered everything in drag racing, he wouldn't take it.
Let me
They
give
were
you
faster
the.
than we were.
Let me give you the back tire, the brake, the hit, the 60 foot, the clear.
The 330. It's just fun. It's just gambling.
It is gambling.
That's all it is. Every time you get that damn second stage light on, you're taking that damn slot machine, sliding that motherfucker.
Who said all the parts gonna stay together? Who said Rico that built the damn planetaries it was right that day he built them? Who said that? Nobody.
Not a damn one of them.
Well, here's to Orlando next year. I'm Rob.
And I'm Cameron.
Hopefully we'll see you at a track near you sometime this coming year. And if we're there and you see that janky ass silver wagon with the orange hood, hit us up. Would like to see who your best is.
That'd be it.
I'm not even real sure how to turn this thing off.